it was like Mike Tyson came through with a haymaker. Cause you like, I couldn't have expected that. What's up, family? It's Cousin Five, and I'm back with another video, y'all. I know it's been 2 weeks, but we finna get right into it. As y'all can see, I got a book review that I'm finna do on 3 amazing audiobooks that I listened to in the past week or two. And when I tell y'all, every book that I'm about to talk to y'all about is a banger, like, I really mean that. The way I felt about all 3 of these books that we finna talk about is a different feeling. Like, I've had books that I felt like this about, but to read and listen, you know what I'm saying, to 3 books back to back that really make you feel every type of emotion that you could feel. And truthfully, I give all of these books a 4-star and up. Like, in my opinion, 2 of these books is 5 stars. I'm not gonna lie. And I could really give one of these books 6 stars. You know what I'm saying? Because it's off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we gonna get into it. Before we get into it, y'all, let's chat it up. I feel like we ain't talked in a minute. You know, really just sat here and had a little conversation. I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all time. You know, if you don't want to chat and you want to just get straight to the books, go ahead and skip this part. We finna chat for a good minute or 2 real quick, and you know what I'm saying, chop it up. I'm gonna let y'all know what I've been having going on, and you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit about my life right now. A lot been going on. Y'all ever had them moments where it's just like you feel like everything is going right? You know what I'm saying? Everything going right, then in a split second, everything go wrong. So now you in this, like, you in the trenches. You feel like you at rock bottom. And then you climb out. You feel like you climbing out. And then as soon as you feel like you ready to get over the top, somebody comes through. Boom! Just kick you right back down. That's kind of like the cycle I'm in right now. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not bad, you know, but when you feel like you're getting kicked back down, you feel a certain type of way. But I'm blessed, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all, you know, believe what, you know, whatever you believe in, you know, but I believe in God. And I'm not the most religious person, but I am spiritual, so I believe in God. And he always watching over me, you know. It's been some great things in my life. It's been some bad things. So I'm never too high, but I'm also never too low. You know what I'm saying? And work been stressing me out, but that's been going good too. You know, and I got relationships in my life that you know what I'm saying, everything is working how it's supposed to work. You know, and that's what keep me going. I try and keep a level head, and I always try and keep a smile on my face, because I used to be the most upset, angry person in the world. I used to always walk around with a mug on my face. Everybody like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. But everything was wrong. You know, I've been going to therapy. That's been helping a lot. I really been figuring myself out. And the type of relationships I had in my past, and, you know, the people I've dealt with in my past, as far as family, friends, romantic relationships, stuff like that. So it's been a good amount of stuff going on. And that's why I'm a little still inconsistent with what I'm going, but I'm trying to make sure that I give y'all content as much as I can. Like, I'm not gonna go more than a month without giving y'all content no more, because that 6 months was way too long for me. And I know it was too long for y'all. This where we gonna end it for the you know, the little chat real quick. But let me know what y'all got going on in y'all life. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, if you're doing good, if you're doing bad. You know what I'm saying? I pray for all y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know that I love y'all. We all beautiful people, and I care about y'all. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm talking to y'all through a camera, but I really do care about y'all, and I appreciate all the love that y'all show me, because whether y'all know it or not, I read every single comment, and I try to reply to as many comments as I can, because I genuinely do care about y'all, and I genuinely do want to talk to y'all. You know? That's enough for the intermission, man. Let's get right into these banger books, and let's talk about how they made me feel. You know what I'm saying? How y'all gonna get to reading them, because they such good books. Because when I talk about these books, y'all gonna be like, yeah, just off of what he's saying, I need to go get that. And I can almost put a stamp guarantee that y'all gonna like these books. So let's get right into it, man. All right, y'all, so let's go ahead and get into this first book, man. The first book we about to talk about is The Wrong Daughter by Dandy Smith. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This book right here, this was the book that I said I might put out a 6 stars. And I know a lot of y'all might feel different if you read it, but this book was too good for me to stop listening to. Like, I sat there and listened to a good chunk of this book, like back to back, like nonstop. You know what I'm saying? But this book is basically about a girl who went missing when she was a teenager. It was her and her sister, and the girl got taken out of the house. Now, they was together when she got taken, and her little sister watched it happen, right? So now the girl has been gone for 16 years? 11, I think it was 11 years. It was double-digit years. She was gone for a very, very long time, right? But all of a sudden, she comes back in their life. Now, everybody happy, but some people are a little weary to just kind of let her back in, you know, and then it goes on a whole story of, you know, their backstory and how everything plays out. Now, Dandy Smith is one of the most masterful thriller authors that I have read so far. And that's big coming from me because I love S.A. Cosby and I done read some really good thrillers. And Dandy Smith is definitely up there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna put her above, you know what I'm saying, my boy S.A. Cosby. But Dandy, I'm reading some more of your books for sure. Now, while I was reading this book, I noticed the structure of the book like immediately because she goes from, it's 2 different stories, right? So it's the girl and her sister, you know what I'm saying, the one who got taken, and then it's another girl and her brother. And we get in both backstories, kind of like back to back. So they'll talk about one and they'll talk about the other. And at first I was confused. I'm like, why are you going, you know, like what do these stories have to do with each other? Because they are not connecting right now. And it took a really long time for them to connect, to be honest. So I was a little confused. But I'll tell y'all what, once they connected, it was like Mike Tyson came through with a haymaker. Because you like, I couldn't have expected that. But that's the crazy part about what Dandy did too. Because throughout this whole book, I kid y'all not, throughout this whole book, it's a thriller book. So you want to figure out what's going on. You think you know what I'm saying, Inspector Gadget. She giving you stuff right in front of your face. She is putting all these clues in your face to make you think like, I guessed that. Anybody could have guessed that? No. You did guess it because she wanted you to guess it. So she can go ahead and flip that plot and show you what she really needs you to see. And that's exactly what she did. And now this book also hit a little closer to me too, because I got a little sister that I love dearly and will do anything for. So some of the stuff that they went through, it kind of not necessarily bothered me, but it ruffled my feathers a little bit. And not in the worst way, but like I said, it just kind of hit close to home. But altogether, I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm talking about this book for a long time, but altogether, this book was super duper dope. It literally built you up, had you stagnant a little bit, and damn near just climaxed the whole way. After that, it just kept going up. It never came down. Like, it never came down. So, like I said, y'all, this book was an absolute 5-star book for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, I could really give it 6 stars. But who am I to give something 6 stars? Oh, I'm me. I could give it 6 stars. If y'all want to read, if y'all into thrillers and you into like family and really trying to figure a story out, go ahead and get this book. Again, like I said, The Wrong Daughter by Dandy Smith. Banger of a book. But that's that. Let's move on to the second book in this video. Okay, y'all. So we finna talk about the second book in this video. And that book is Nobody's Fool by Harlan Coben. I don't know what's up with me and thrillers, but I really been, you know, I kind of been on my thriller binge, if that's what you want to call it. This book was super good too. And I know I say that about a lot of books, but genuinely, I really do like the books that I read. And I will tell y'all if I don't, and y'all know that. So this is genuine feelings, these are genuine emotions from these books. Now, this book was about a man named Sammy Kearse, and when he was a teenager, he was backpacking with some boys in Spain or somewhere in Europe, and him and his girlfriend was doing whatever, And one day he woke up with a knife in his hand, blood on his body, and his girl was next to him unalived, right? So he was spooked, got out of Spain, didn't know what to do. 20-something years later, he's a private detective, has a girl, has a baby on, he has a baby, and you know what I'm saying? He's living his life. And he's teaching a private investigator class, helping other people, do their detective thing. When he see her pop up, she like comes in the door, sees him, he see her, see him, she takes off. He takes off after her. And that's kind of how the story goes. So they give you the backstory and it takes off. Now, with this story, it's a little different because it goes into the past. So like this one goes from the past to the present. And it kind of threw me off a little bit, but once you get used to it, then, you're used to it and it doesn't bother you as much. But this story really gave me, I don't even want to say like the heebie-jeebies because it wasn't crazy and it wasn't like super gory, but it's like stuff like this could really happen, And it's almost real, and I don't know if it's a movie about this, but it's real movie-esque. Like this is something that you go and you sitting and you watching a movie and this movie got you glued the whole time. Because Sammy got into a bunch of stuff. He was just one of them like impulsive people because he couldn't live out what he wanted to in the first place, if that makes sense. He wanted to be, I forgot exactly what he wanted to be, but he wanted to be something, right? And he couldn't. And then when he seen her, he couldn't let it go because that was the only thing on his mind for those 20 years because he thought that he unalived her. He thought that he really in his sleep. But the way that this whole story progressed was very interesting because some of the stuff that he did and the people that was in his life, if you were those people, you probably wouldn't mess with him because he was so locked in and so tunnel vision on what he wanted that it just wouldn't have made sense. And then he got into it with some people. He got some free money. Like it just kind of was. It was all over the place, but it was a structure all over the place because Harlan put you right where he wanted you to be, at every scene, and that's what I kind of rocked with. And it was easy to get where he was trying to go, but it wasn't easy to guess what was going on because at one point I thought I knew exactly what was happening. And then I did it. And then I didn't for a while. And then I did. So it was cool. I really liked the way he wrote, It was easy to keep you locked in, easy to keep you entertained. And that's why I say this was a 5. No, actually this is the book that was, I'll probably give this book like a 4.3, right in that 4.4 range. Because it was some things that I didn't like about the book because it got a little stagnant in certain places, but not really. And that's really all I got to say about that book. I'm not going to lie. So, again, if you like thrillers, go ahead and go get this book. Nobody's Fool, Harlan Coben. So now we're down to the last book. And if I do say so myself, I think I saved the best book for last. And some of y'all might agree with me. So in the comments, let me know if you agree with me, if you read all these books or if you read some of them. But I know if you read this book we about to talk about, you're going to agree with me. So let me know in the comments. But the last book we about to talk about, y'all, and I told y'all we was going to talk about it, is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Oh my God. This is definitely in the top 5 books that I've ever read in my life. And that's no joke. And I listened to the audio version, so I say read, but I really listened to it because I know some of y'all get a little funny about that. This was one of the best books that I've ever listened to, ever. Andy Weir he's really in a league of his own when it comes to storytelling and when it comes to really keeping you entertained the whole time, whether you want to be or not. Because it was some parts where like, man, it's kind of boring, but then it'll be one line in the book and you'll be like, whoa, and it'll drag you back in. You know what I mean? And before I get too far into how I feel, because I really do love this book, and you can tell I'm excited to talk about it. Again, because I've talked about this book before, but this book is about a man who is forced to save Earth. He has to save Earth because Earth is in danger and he has to go to space to do it, right? So as he's in space trying to do his thing, save Earth, all that, he comes across somebody else in space who's trying to save their planet. And it's not what you think. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But now he comes across this thing that's trying to save his planet, and now they have to save the universe in general because they figure out some stuff that's really attacking the universe. And that's pretty much the gist of the story. But it goes way deeper than that. And it's so much better than I explained it because I know I did a terrible job. This, like, Andy Weir talks about like friendships, like unlikely friendships, should I say that, relationships, mortality, and just the way that he talks about death is crazy. You know, and the way that the narrator was speaking and the way that he was, you know, bringing life into the book, it wasn't too morbid. And I don't want to say morbid in the way that you would usually say it, but, you know, some of the things that they were talking about, it wasn't the easiest topics, but he made it easy. And, you know, he kept that comic relief throughout the book when stuff got too, you know, a little too tense. You know what I mean? And just the emotions that I had when I was reading this book was very, very up and down because I love the main character through and through. I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember his name, but I love him through and through. But it was some parts where he really got on my nerves. And also, I don't want to spoil it for y'all. Y'all really got to read it. But just the interconnecting between two different people who are nothing alike is crazy. And the way that he brings science and comedy and real life shit all together, Andy Weir is one of them ones. Like, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. For real, for real. Like I said, this book was super good. I listened to this book in probably 2 days, to be honest, 2, maybe 3 days, because I couldn't stop listening to it. And I went and told everybody at work about this book and anybody that I could really talk to in general. So I'm telling y'all, because this is one of the best books that you will ever listen to or read to. No cap. That's Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. And I'm telling y'all, you will not regret reading that book. Whether you into science or you're not, whether you're into intergalactic stuff or, you know what I'm saying, space stuff or not, I still think that it's a book that you should read just because if you're not into that, it's a different type of book. If you are into that, you'll love it. You know, I really think that's the only options right there. Those are the 3 books that I've read in the past couple weeks that I wanted to share with y'all. So let me know if y'all like those books, if you read them. Let me know if you're going to try and read them. You know what I'm saying? Or if you didn't like them, if you read them too. You know, so let's talk in the comments. I really want to get y'all opinions. And also give me some book recs, y'all. I really want some romance book recs because I haven't been on my romance like I want to. And I mean like real deep romance though, you know, not the corny fluffy stuff, which I still like. But I really want some deep romance, you know what I'm saying? Give me some of that. I want y'all to give me some more thriller books because I am on my thriller binge right now and I'm loving it. So y'all top thriller books, go ahead and give them to me. And then lastly, I really want some fantasy books like Brandon Sanderson. I just got some Brandon Sanderson. I got The Way of Kings. You know what I'm saying? I got the Mistborn trilogy, Red Rising. You know what I'm saying? All those, all of that stuff. I want more of that. So go ahead and throw some recs in the comments. Y'all know I'm gonna grab what y'all recommend. So go ahead and do that for me. But I ain't gonna continue to take up too much of y'all time. I love y'all. Have a great rest of y'all day, whatever time it is. And that's Cousin 5 with another video, y'all. Peace.